How y'all doing, man? Doing great, man. Good morning.
Mykel, have you met with the Las Vegas Raiders yet?
Raiders, yeah, I have.
What was that meeting like?
It was great meeting.
What was it like to talk to Pete Carroll?
Oh, it was great. It was a legendary coach, man. I was happy to be there.
Talk to me about Brock Bowers. What did you see from him last season? And tell me about some of the practices he has had against you.
Yeah, I just see Brock being Brock, man. That's who he always been. He a dog, and just like I said, he was a dog at Georgia.
What did you learn most from your career in Georgia? What did you take away from your time there? We're talking high school athletes. What did you propose?
Yeah. Georgia taught me how to be a pro. It taught me how to excel on and off the field and how to get here. So that's what I say I learned from Georgia.
You mentioned the roster trial for an NFL player. How does that make you feel? Does it give you extra expectations?
I ain't know that. You just told me something new. Nah, that's crazy though. That's a blessing to be called that. For real, that's nice. Thank you. Yeah.
Mykel, being compared to Trayvon Walker over here at Georgia, did that help you, or did you get tired of hearing that?
No, I mean, I ain't really. It was a great comparison, but I ain't really think much of it. Like he's himself, I'm myself. Both of us got to go out there, play and perform the same. So I really ain't invest too much into it.
You watched tape of him, though. I mean, what made him special? What attributes do you think he bring that Trayvon brought in his career?
Yeah, Trayvon was special because how big he was and how fast he could move. He was very position versatile. Like myself, I'm very position versatile. So that's why I think the comparison comes from. But yeah, that's what made him special. Like how he could move and the things he could do with his size.
That's what really a lot of people talk about your hands and your ability to hand fight. Where does that come from? And is that something that you constantly work on, or is that something that you just kind of already got in your game?
Yes, sir. That's constantly work. That came from like when I'm a freshman working with Chuck Smith and none of these new guys like BT Jordan and all the different pass rush coaches that I work with. So Sack Sensei, all those guys. So that's where that come from.
How familiar are you with Apple Carter, and how do you maybe compare and contrast the game?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Abdul. Yeah, he's a great player. He's a hell of a rusher, hell of a player. Now he's more of an OLB backer, and I'm more of a DN.
Packers like drafting you guys and a lot of them on the defensive side. Thoughts on
It's up to them. It's not my decision. If they pick me, I'll be happy to be a Packer.
Mykel, during this session right now, I think there are 4 guys in the state of Georgia play high school ball. What's about Georgia high school?
Georgia got the best ball, man. Ain't no question. Like that's why we here. You feel me? Georgia produced the best athletes, the best football players.
Yeah, you talked about your success and obviously in the NFL now. What did you learn most from that? Shared experience and relationship that you have with Chuck?
Yes, sir. Just how to rush. We break down the pass rush from different aspects, and we just try to improve my game slowly but surely. Haven't had an official weight, but I was 265.
You doing all the drills?
No, sir. I would do most of my things at Pro Day. I did.
What would you say separates you from other guys in your position?
My position versatility, all the things I'm able to do at my size, and exactly that. Yes, sir.
What went into the decision to win the program?
Because I played injured this whole year, so coming off my ankle, I decided to take the first 2-3 weeks to rest my ankle and try to get it back up under me. So that delayed my training. So I got a late jump, so that's why I'm going Pro Day instead of combine. Yes, sir. Huh? No, sir. This is the healthiest I've been all year.
Where you be training?
Out in Thousand Oaks, California.
How would you describe the journey with the ankle injury? Getting hurt the first game, and having to deal with that over your mom?
Yeah, it lingered the whole year. I never was healthy. I actually re-injured it multiple times throughout the year. I didn't practice until Texas game. Like I was messed up pretty bad. Sir? Yeah, I did. Hell of a coach. Hell of a coach. Man, I loved it. I loved him.
So you were playing on a bad ankle all season long?
All season.
So what were you doing? Attending meetings and then...
Yeah, attending meetings, going to treatment. After meetings, I was going to treatment trying to rehab my ankle the whole practice.
And then what happened on Saturday? They tape you up and...
Oh yeah, tape me up and I'm out there playing.
Okay. What percent do you think you threw?
The whole season?
Yeah.
Less than 70, less than 60.
So what does 100% Mykel Williams bring?
We're gonna see. Extremely, especially dealing with the media and how you guys try to portray things. So it is extremely frustrating. Like and y'all guys not knowing the full story. So.
What's been the feedback from NFL teams when they find out that you have one?
Yeah, they love it. They love it. They see I got that dog in me.
What are you trying to tell the NFL? Like, do you want to tell that to the NFL teams?
Yes, sir.
So they understand, like,
Basically, just go into the depth of my injury and let them make their mind up on how they feel about it. Oh yeah, Taki, man, that's my brother. That's a dog, man. He's probably a real leader. Like he's one guy that's always been consistent, always been the same. So, I did, and how they run they mean. They're very different.
How are they different?
They're just different, man. Okay, I ain't telling you. Yes, sir. The SEC is the best conference. I completely agree with that.
Explain why, because you've done both.
Yes, sir. Okay, in the national championship, we played against TCU. They're a great team, hell of a team. But in the SEC championship, we played against that year was LSU. I believe LSU is better than TCU in my opinion.
And then as far as the perception of Georgia, you lost to Notre Dame, you won the SEC. A lot of fans are down. Does that disappoint you that people devalue the season, the schedule that you had?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it does.
And as far as what you guys put into it, how would you remember this last year and you know the SEC schedule?
Yeah, man, exactly that. We had one of the toughest, we probably had the toughest strength of schedule this year, and we came out with the SEC championship. So we didn't get the end goal in the Natty, but we didn't leave ringless. So I got another ring on the way out. So I'm blessed.
Have you remembered the Bengals yet?
The Bengals? Yes, sir, I have.
And there's one play I want to talk about in particular. It was in the Texas game. You tried a half spin. I'm just kind of curious, is that something that you want to add to your repertoire? I just thought that was something.
Yeah, it is. I slipped on that play. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, it is. When I stepped on campus, I was probably like 250. The biggest in my game, I say my run game. Coach Scott really came in and he really turned that leaf for me. Just the way he teaches. Coach Scott is a great coach, great teacher. So the way he teaches and breaks everything down, yeah, that really got me better. I did. Man, it'll be amazing to play for the Bears. I love their coaching style, I love their D-line coach, I love the general manager Ryan Poles. So it'll be great to play for the Bears.
Mykel, you are so impressive watching. Like, your toughness is awesome.
I appreciate you.
What do you learn about yourself with that, and what feedback have you gotten to some of these teams about you?
Yeah, I learned exactly that I have a different type of grit about myself, that I can push through pain. Even no matter how I'm feeling, I can still go get it done. And the teams are loving that I did. They say most guys with the position I was in would have sat down and called it, but I still played and stuck out there with my guys. So they respect that about me. Detroit. Man, that'll be major. It'll be great to go play on the other side of Aiden Hutchinson and learn from Aiden Hutchinson. So I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
Mykel, one of your teammates named Jack wasn't great for the offense. If you could give a pitch to NFL teams as to why they should take a look at that.
Dan Jackson, the guy you need on your team, he's a different type of dog, different type of mentality. He's a great leader, very vocal. So you should get him in your locker room. Great locker room guy. Yes, sir. Sir? I like Max Crosby, Daniel Hunter, and I like Cameron Jordan.
What do you like about Max Crosby's game?
His effort, his motor, how he uses his hand, he never stops moving.
When we talk about hand usage, at the NFL level, what do you think you need to elevate in your game to get to the top of where you're trying to go?
Yeah, exactly that. I say my hand usage, my pad level, like my vision. Sometimes my eyes get too quick in the backfield. I just got to keep my eyes on my man.
Have you met formally with the Dallas Cowboys yet?
I did.
How was that meeting?
I love that meme.
Well, anything stand out from it?
Can't talk about it, but I love that meme. This current, right? No order. Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, T.J. Watt. I like Oway from the Ravens. That's how many that's for? One more. Who's my last guy? I put Daniel Hunter in there. Yeah.
Those are all like 6'5", 265 pounds.
My build, huh? Yeah. I watched those guys. Yeah, it's crazy. I might cry, but I don't know if I'm gonna attend it yet. I'm still making a decision. I kind of want to be around a lot of my family, so I'm still torn about that. Next NCAA, Georgia guy. Yeah, you take your pick. We got a lot on.
What's one quarterback you're looking for
Aaron Rodgers.
Mykel, tell us about Christian Miller. It's a big deal for Georgia getting him back. What are we going to see from this guy next?
Oh yeah, man, Chris the dog. He a lot of teams actually said he had the ability to come out, but he decided to come back and make sure he executed. So yeah, I feel like Chris will come in and do his thing this year.
Why do you want to sack Harrison?
I personally worked with him doing draft training, so it's been fun just learning from him and talking ball with him. So if I sack him, I'm gonna be able to talk a little trash to him. Yeah.
Mykel, there's a lot of guys in the NFL that you have a chance to talk to guys like Javon Bull or
Yeah.
Walker, guys that are kind of recently going through this experience.
Yeah, I really talked to a lot of the D linemen that left, and I really talked to like Kamari, Taki still. I talked to Bull too, but I really talked to a lot of D linemen that left. I get game from them guys.
Is there anything that Javon has told you about get a build that experience maybe?
Really, everything I've been asking been about the combine, so they just been telling me about the combine.
How important is it for Georgia to have what the Bulldogs did? I mean, in terms of validating what you guys do and how you do it. I mean, was that a big deal for you guys to see what they've done this couple few years in Georgia too?
Yeah, nah, it's great to see. It's great to see. I won't say it's a big deal, but it's great to see. Like when you get a whole bunch of dogs on one team, like what could happen. So it's great to see.
Mike, talk about the role that film study plays in your pass rush when you're deciding what to you. Is that a lot of tells
No, yeah, you definitely get some tells from film, but at the same time, you dictate the rest. So it's all about what you do in game.
I know you alluded to this before, but might have been the best offensive lineman offensive tackle you went up against.
Ever played? Ever? DeJuan Jones, Ohio State, or either Marius Mills at Georgia.
What was the tackle in the NFL you're looking to get past first sack?
My first sack? I ain't gonna say first, but a tackle that I really want to go against is Trent Williams, man. He's a legend. So if I get the chance to line up against him, man, I got to scrap my chin scrap over real tight.
Those two tackles you mentioned, those are both monstrous, big, long offensive tackles. Is that something that might give you more trouble than maybe an athletic-based offensive tackle?
No, sir. I just chose those guys because of the build and like they're kind of creative players. Like they're both big, long, fast. Like you don't meet a lot of guys like that. That's why I chose those guys. They're special breeds.
You know Broderick Jones going to be waiting for you.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Going up against him a lot of practice. What does it mean to go up against guys like that in practice and cut your teeth? How far did you have to come when you came in? Was that kind of a holy cow moment when you started going up against these dudes and tackling teams?
Yeah, of course. As any freshman is, you're gonna have to adjust. So you gotta adjust to the speed of the game. Once you adjust, it's just playing football at that point.
Did you have a welcome to Georgia moment there? And can you remember a practice where somebody put you up in your ass and you're like, wow,
That's the only time I ever hit that ground in practice. Like I was broad. I went to long on him, he chopped it down, he jumped on me. So yeah, that's the only time. Yeah.
If you can remember, what is the hardest thing?
We go through some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna put you in a situation. All right. We supposed to run the stadium, but it rained. So we stayed at Georgia. We ran 21-10s in the rain. Then the next day, we ran and hit the stadium again. So we ended up doing two. We did two. We hit the stadium twice because one of our leaders said, Van Pran said he didn't like the quality that we was running up the stairs. So we went back the next day and ran up them again. So yeah, that was a hell of a workout. It was like a series.
There's all kinds of horror stories about weird questions and stuff like that during these meetings. Have you been asked anything that threw you off a little bit?
Nah, man, all my interviews been pretty good. We just been talking ball, getting to know me. So it's been great.
What kind of horror stories have you heard other people's experiencing? Anything funny?
Nah, it's just like the way the tone of the memes. It's been kind of funny. Yeah, the tone of the memes.
How would you describe it? What, like a date?
No, it's not like a date. It's not like a date. Nah. I talked to him a little bit during this past season, and he just told me to keep going and keep evolving. Give me a couple things to work on, a couple keys. But outside that, not much.
Thanks.
Thank y'all.
That, and then we'll head back to the
for sure.